Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous, or welcome for the first time if it's your first time joining us. I'm Ethan, and I'm the Dungeon Master for this 5th edition
Dungeons and Dragons show!
It has been a while, a long while, but we are back. Life hit us a bit hard as a group, but we are back at it. I will have some announcements and a recap for all of you, but before we get into any of that, we will go ahead and do a quick round of player introductions.
Hi, I'm Master. I play Embers of White Ash, the Tabaxi's Sun Soul Monk.
Hi, I'm Kay, and I play Lady Elwyn Amalos, who is an elvish Circle of the Land druid.
Hi, I'm Gabo, and I play Art, the Dragonborn Battlemaster Fighter.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Vert, the Changeling Armorer Artificer.
Thank you, everyone. Those announcements. We premiere our episodes on YouTube every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, when we're not taking a long and unannounced hiatus. Throughout the campaign, we use a variety of custom items, custom monsters, custom species, all that good custom stuff, so be aware of that as you're watching. The character portraits, which you'll see all over our layout once we switch to it, were done by an artist named Zyra Brittany, who goes by @Zylav on Twitter. No, I will not call it X. If you need a refresher on anything that's going on in this campaign, you can check out our campaign wiki at World Anvil. You can also check us out on our socials, where our handle is Antiheroes Anonymous. All one word. You can also check the video description for links and information to everything I just mentioned and more, including links to trans rights, Black Lives Matter, and Stop Asian Hate resources. And finally, we just hope you enjoy the show, share with your friends, and come back to watch some more. So with all of that said, let's roll the intro video.
Woo-hoo.
And welcome back. Previously, on Antiheroes Anonymous, the Silver Seekers have been in Bryvynth, where they are hoping to find Art's dragon companion, Lumbra. They linked up with a resistance group known as the Knights of the Scale, who oppose Governor Honlor, who happens to be an old friend of Art's. At the hideout of the Knights of the Scale, the Seekers made contact with Audhild and Selvo, the leaders of the Knights. They agreed to help recover a supply of Dragon's Bane, but then balked at Audhild's plan to kill Honlor's dragon, Uldoth. At the Halls of Unyielding Justice, they formed a tenuous alliance with Uldoth, one that happens to hinge on finding Honlor and convincing him to join their cause within the next hour, before Arbiter Doritos, arrives to ruin everything.
Does look like Doritos.
Yeah, I know. I see it now. I see it.
Cannot unsee.
Naming stuff is hard. And so that is where we are going to pick up today's episode. The group of you... Let me switch the music.
I didn't know it looped.
It does loop, yeah. The group of you, having arrived back at the Knights of the Scales base, learned that Arbiter Dolitos, who was scheduled to arrive the next day, was actually going to arrive in the city at any minute. And so the Knights were in a scramble to try and prepare their counterattack against Dolitos. And you had to make a split-second decision whether you wanted to search for Honlor at the town plaza, where everyone was going to gather to receive Dolitos, or at the citadel, Bryvynth's watch. And you decided to go to the citadel. And so the group of you find yourselves kind of on the outskirts of town. There is a lake kind of in the southeastern corner of the town, and in the center of that lake there is an island. And on that island is the citadel, where Art, you lived for at least a few years when you were governor of this city. And now you know as the residence of Commander Honlor, Governor Honlor now. And you can see that there is a single bridge extending from the area that you are in over to the citadel in the center of the lake, and it is guarded. What would you like to do?
Guarded by what?
Just more of the Imperial Wardens that you guys have been dealing with throughout the city.
Okay, no rats.
I was gonna literally thinking the same thing.
No rats yet, I mean.
And also no dragons.
Yes. Do they have, like, the artillery stuff set up, or is it just wardens patrolling around?
It's just wardens standing guard. There's probably also, like, a gate that's closed. But yeah. So the group of you are probably, like, still within kind of, like, the boundaries of the city, looking out at the lake. So you can see this, but they haven't seen you at this point, is the situation.
Can we... what kind of bridge is it?
Like a stone bridge.
Okay.
Extends out across the lake.
Are there sentries posted just on the top of the bridge, like on the entrance to it, or is it like in next to the citadel?
Yeah, it looks like there's sentries on either end of the bridge. So like where the bridge meets the land on this side and where the bridge meets the land on the other side.
Okay. So you don't think we could like fly underneath the bridge unseen to get to the entrance of the...
You would probably be hard-pressed to do that without some sort of magic, because the area around the lake, like, Art, when you lived here, there were a lot of trees kind of surrounding the lake, these, like, big evergreen trees, like dark evergreens. A lot of those have been cut down to build the palisade wall that now surrounds the city. So it is now actually like a very clear area around the lake, whereas there used to be kind of a forest surrounding it, so you'd be hard-pressed finding cover to get under the bridge without some sort of magic.
Just checking.
Would I know any other way in aside from the main gate?
Yes. If you flew at the... So it's a 2-story citadel. There's an entrance on the ground level, and you know that there are like guard barracks on either side of the main hallway entering that way, where like they have those like archer slits in the walls and things like that, so that you could be fired upon but not fire back. That's on the first floor. On the second floor, there's kind of like a rooftop garden area, and then another entrance into the second floor area there. The only other entrance that you know about is there is on the back side of the keep. There's a dragon hold where Lumbra housed when you lived here, and the dragon hold has a set of big doors that can be opened and closed on the second story. So they can only be approached by flight.
Yeah.
How long is the bridge leading into
That was
this?
Probably 60 feet.
And are there guards posted all the way, or just at the front?
Front and at the back.
Do you have illusion magic?
I have minor illusion.
Some way that we could like make an illusion of us being Olaf and Honlor and like fly up to the garden or whatever.
My illusion magic isn't that powerful.
I was gonna say it's not that minor.
No, that's way.
Well, that's why I said illusion magic.
That's bigger than what I can do. I was thinking I might be able to just create a cloud of fog around either the front or the back of the bridge to obscure their view.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I think.
But it's a 20-foot radius.
Okay.
So I couldn't get both ends of the bridge in it.
Yeah.
But I might. Is it? How far? So I assume we're like at the city edge where we have cover still. How far is it from here to like the edge of the lake?
30 feet or so.
So I could also just put it up somewhere in this area and block us from them, and we travel through the fog to get to the lake, or to get to the base of the bridge.
Yeah.
And then we could climb or fly under it or something.
Can you move the cloud?
I don't believe I can, no.
Okay.
I have to place it, but I could cast it a second time if I needed to.
Ooh, okay.
But that would be it for my first level spells.
If I use Gust of Wind on the cloud, would it push
It would
or
disperse.
disperse it?
It would disperse. Yep.
Yeah, I think I would have communicated to everyone about the back entrance, but it would be a matter of like getting up there because I assume there's not going to be anyone posted there, presumably.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, I also have one more cast to cast without trace.
We could go around back and swim for it.
Ways of distracting people.
Let's see. The things I have, which would be relevant, is like.
Can we get
ability
around
to
back
fly.
the lake without being seen by
Yeah,
people? On the
you could.
bridge?
You'd have to go a little way out of your ways, but you could do it.
How much time?
Yeah, we probably don't have a ton of time, right? I mean, we don't know when the arbiters come in. We don't know how much. Probably the quickest solution here.
Well,
right?
it's a matter of
Yeah.
if we alert the guard, we have to basically fight our entire way in. Probably.
Yes.
Would that take longer than going around the keep and going through an entry that's outfit might not be guarded?
Yeah, I can't fly. I just looked and I forgot to mark it last time, but I did use my draconic
What would
flight
happen if you just
already.
talked to the guards? We
You are
remove
in
your
disguise.
We could remove your disguise. You're not wanted here, are you?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Yeah.
you're.
Very
Well, I was
wanted in
saying,
the
what if
entire
you used
empire.
what if you used your flout or something? But yeah, clout rather.
Yeah.
Flout.
Your flout.
I don't think I have much clout here on my flout.
I don't know what flout is. Your
You could
clout.
flaunt your clout for flout.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was getting
My
at.
goodness.
Or you could disguise yourself as someone important.
I could disguise myself as
That one guy.
or the one
Dolitos?
that I have his armor, the raid commander or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the raid, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know stuff about him, right? Because you...
Mhm.
Yeah,
Just
I
an
spent
interrogator.
time interrogating.
So
and
you
learning
could
about
just
him.
True.
you talk to him and demand they let us through.
What if one of us or multiple... How many disguise options do we have? Because maybe you and someone else are like guards and the other two of us are like,
Okay.
hey, I brought these suspects or blah blah blah.
Okay, hang on. Is this the place that you would bring prisoners or suspects or whatever?
Do I know that?
So, yes, because before you took over governorship, this was like a town known for its theater, right? So there wasn't necessarily a huge crime rate. There is a small, like, I wouldn't call it a prison. There's like a couple
holding cells,
holding cells built into the keep.
Yeah.
So it probably is where prisoners would have been taken.
Yeah, and I would assume that if it's someone like important or someone that has relevant information, and be like, I need to take this to the governor immediately, kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could even stick kind of close to the truth and tell them that we have information about resistance movement
True.
to share.
True.
You know,
Yeah.
about,
I like
Try
this
that.
route.
I
Yeah.
mean, worst case is that we break disguise and just fight our way in.
It literally,
Yeah,
but we were gonna have to do that
listen,
anyway.
If we're coming under the pretense of we know what the Knights of the Scale are up to,
Yeah.
and we want to speak to Honlor, they have to let us in,
True.
right? We're not here to fight; we're here to help,
Honlor needs a win.
right?
That's true.
So I don't think we need to assume they're going to be hostile against us.
Yeah, okay.
No, you're right.
So let's just
Yeah,
go
let's go
talk
for
to
it.
them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Lead the way. Like Elwyn speaks, and Art's like, "Wow."
Elwyn's like,
"That's
"I
what it's like to be
appreciate it."
smart. That's crazy."
So you're saying that we are going to bring the group in. I'm disguised as raid commander. I don't remember his name.
Well, we don't even necessarily need to be prisoners. We can
Yeah.
be like
Just suspects.
not
Or-
suspect informants.
Oh, informants.
Right? And
Yeah.
you can say, these people have come with information. Come to me with information that I think Honlor needs to know
Yeah.
about the Knights
So
of the Scale.
our in is you being in disguise, but all of us not.
Right, you're
not,
the reason that they should trust us immediately
Yeah.
instead of...
Okay, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so then I'll switch into his... I mean, I have his armor and stuff like that, and I can shapeshift into him.
I'm frantically searching for his name.
Just make it up.
I know I gave you one, that's the thing.
Well, let's see. What
His
episode
name
was
is
that?
Cool Ranch.
No.
Last
Make
name
it
Baja Blast.
fantasy. Let's ask ChatGPT to say, make a cool ranch name in fantasy, Lingo.
I know I wrote it down.
Coolius.
Flaming hot.
What was it?
Flamin' Hot.
Yeah.
The raid captain. Blah, blah, blah.
Coolinius.
No, I don't have a raid captain name in the.
Maybe I didn't give him a name.
I don't think you did.
Alright. Then we're gonna
I dub thee.
Let's see. His name is
fantasy name
Werner.
Knights. Here we go.
That's what I got.
Werner's not
Werner.
Lerner. Werner.
fantasy name generators being really slow
I
to
bet it's
load.
gonna say Werner too.
Alright,
If it does,
How'd
then
you guess?
we get inspiration. We all get inspiration.
Oh yeah, where's the inspiration?
I have it.
Okay. Oh, good.
yeah, his,
When we were playing online, I put it at the right spot. Whoever had it.
I love that.
we're gonna call him Captain Werner.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. Fancy name generator.
Being way too slow to load.
All right. So, commander, captain. What was this?
I said
rank?
Captain.
Captain.
Okay.
Because he was a raid captain.
Yeah.
Raid
Okay. So
Captain
raid
Warner.
captain Warner. That's the disguise I'm in. I have his armor and everything. And yeah, I guess if we're all set, then we will approach
Yes.
the guards.
Okay. As they see you approaching with these other three in tow, the three of them, or say there's 4 of them probably on this edge of the bridge, like all give you like crisp salute.
Yep. And he just nods at them. Coming through.
Captain, is this them? Is this the Silver Seekers?
No.
Yes.
What?
They match the descriptions.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Of course, we're the Silver Seekers. We have information.
Oh, that's excellent. Governor Honlor told us to be waiting for you. We can show you the way in.
Great. Let's go.
Inside check.
Yeah. Can I?
Me too.
Yes,
I'm gonna
actually.
do it right
Yeah.
One second.
Like, hold on.
Like, when I interrogated this guy, did he say anything about our
Nat
group?
20.
What's that total?
25
Oh.
Okay.
with a nat
You
20.
beat me. 21.
Okay.
If I just wasted this nat
What's a
20.
10?
Did you roll 6?
We won't talk about it.
Okay, Bruno.
Art and Elwyn, Oldoth flew off in this direction.
Great. Yeah.
Ooh.
So I
You're
think.
expected.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Okay,
that's
okay.
a good reason for Ellen to be like, yes, we're the Silver Seekers. Let's please lead the way.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, sure.
She
let's
knows.
do it.
She'll like give Bert's hand a little squeeze. Like, it's okay. Let's go.
Alright.
This one of the guards breaks off, leaving just 3 of them on that side of the bridge, and takes you to the other side of the bridge, where you pass through a portcullis, and you can see those kind of arrow slits on either side of the space within the portcullis. And you can see wardens kind of on the other side of the arrow slits, but the warden that you're with gives those ones a nod, and they like lower bows. And then you pass through another set of doors, and you're greeted by 2 of those shield wardens standing on either side of a hallway that kind of runs the length of this citadel. And Art, everything looks very familiar to when you live here. It doesn't look like Honlor redecorated it or anything like that, so it is almost exactly like how you left it.
How you doing, buddy?
You like your style. We're actually a fashion designer in a previous life.
Interior
Interior
designer.
designer.
Not a fashion designer.
Yeah, fashion designer.
No,
Yeah,
both.
Both. Why not both?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's a little unnerved by it, but we'll see. Let's go.
Can I do an insight check on Art?
Sure.
Do I need to?
I don't.
You masking anything? Is it just
I think he's trying to, but I think the DC for you would be low, if for anyone else.
No, natural 20.
Yeah, there you go. I think
31.
I think you see the gears turning in his head. His thoughts are racing. He doesn't know how this is gonna go. He doesn't know how Honlor is gonna react to seeing him. Honlor was someone he held in very high esteem. He was his mentor. He hasn't heard from him since he was imprisoned. Like others have done, like Honlor might also blame him for the downfall of Bryvynth, which to a degree is fair.
I think Elwyn will see this and reach out and put her hand on your forearm and give it a squeeze and cast guidance on you. So you feel kind of the wave, like a cold, chilly winter breeze over your skin. I'm choosing. So the new rules say I have to select a skill. So I choose persuasion. So you'll get to add. I mean, it's technically concentration for up to a minute. So we'll say I do this right before we walk in the room or whatever. But a D4 to any ability check with persuasion. And she just says, "Take a deep breath. Okay, you've got this. Remember that Uldoth respects you.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll be all right."
Are there new rules for holding actions? You're doing a walking or something?
I don't think that changed, but I haven't looked at it. Esther, do you know?
I have the rules glossary up.
Okay. Do you want to hold something?
I want to hold Wind Wall.
I see.
In case we get targeted by arrows or dragon breath or something. Is that something that I can do while we're walking to the...
Yeah, you could. I know that with rules as written, when you're holding spells, there's some special considerations, but I think those considerations are dumb.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, you can do that.
Preach!
If you don't... Rules as written, I think if you don't use the spell within the turn, it's wasted.
Yeah, you just spend that spell slot.
Which I think is silly. So, yeah, you can...
That might have changed. I'm not seeing that anymore.
That would be great if that changed. It was not great.
It just says to be ready to spell must have a cast time of an action, and holding onto the spell's magic requires concentration.
That makes sense.
Which is
which you can maintain up to the start of your next turn. So yeah, we'll just do it this way.
Yeah.
Yep. I will say you can it does require you to maintain concentration on it, even if it's not a concentration spell.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, you can hold it.
That's the thing I'm concentrating on right now.
Okay.
Is Wind Wall.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
The guard leads you down that hallway that kind of runs the length of the keep and towards a pair of double doors at the back, which leads to the dragon hold. And there's another pair of shield wardens there that you kind of walk past. And one of them, seeing you coming, kind of opens the door for you into the dragon hold. And as you stride in, you can see two people waiting there for you. Honlor, in his full plate with shield, and hand resting on the pommel of his sword, stands in front of the dragon Uldoth, waiting for you. I will show you the map.
Yes. But why is there a map? We're not fighting Honlor.
Yeah. This is a friendly map.
I made this map before I knew if it would be needed, so it might not be needed for battle. Who knows? So yeah, you can see the bridge that you came across over here. And you kind of went through this portcullis area, and then down this hallway past the jail cells and a dining room. And then, now you are in the Dragonhold area in the back. And as the doors swing open, you're kind of buffeted by heat. Art, when you were here, there's these braziers here in kind of the three walls of the room. These were, when you lived here, they were magically configured to produce cold that was comfortable for Lumbra.
Yeah.
Now that Uldoth is the dragon in residence, they've been configured to just basically heat this room to an extreme temperature. So it is very hot when you walk into here.
Feels good though for me.
I was gonna say same as a fire boy.
Anyway.
I'm home.
Can you zoom in on Honlor's
Oh, this is not what he actually looks like. I'm going to give you a description in a second, but there it is. Yeah, I think this is the Dragonborn of Tiamat token.
Oh.
So it's not correct, but it's the closest I had. Getting a look at Honlor, for those of you who have not seen him before.
He is a Dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Honlor is a Dragonborn, and like not much of him is visible underneath this like pristinely cared for plate that is in kind of like the blacks and reds and golds of the Empire. But the part of him that you can see is, his head, right? And he has mostly white scales, but there's like twists and flares and patches of blue scales that run throughout. He is a mixed scale Dragonborn. And he has just this very kind of stern expression. He's older. I don't know if we established exactly how old he is, but he looks like he's probably, like you can tell kind of by...
Yeah, how do you tell it's a Dragonborn?
I mean, some of the like scales are a little bit less polished. They look like they're losing their luster, a little bit fading in color.
A mixture of age and stress.
Yeah.
But he's standing there with this intense look on his eyes as you come in, and he gestures specifically towards Art, and he says, "Lagos, my friend, come in. We have much to talk about."
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I step fully in.
Can I get an insight check read on him?
Mm-hmm.
I look for traps.
Yes. It would be a perception investigation check.
Yeah.
My brain short-circuited when I was trying to do math. 25.
25. And you were trying to insight check him, right?
Yeah, just insight. Just getting a read on his demeanor and attitude, whatever I mean.
Let me pull up his stats, actually. Just so I've got them ready. Okay. He has a grim look on his face. He's here to have a serious conversation. There's anxiety and trepidation to him. There's like a sag to his shoulder, so you can see like things, whether it's this meeting or just like the things leading up to it, like things are weighing on him. The last thing I think you see in there is a streak of, he's glad to see Art.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a player, I didn't roll for insight or anything because Art took that at face value. When he said, "my friend," you who were, you Elwyn, who was like
very insightful
and like looking, like clocking every shift in Art, you can tell like he immediately like seems less tense.
Okay.
Like he was expecting potentially the opposite. You know, even though we made like kind of, even though Oldoth is fine, you know, like
got it.
One of my therapist classes today. More. I rolled a 20 for the
look for traps. You get the sense that these like these beds of coals and things like that are heating the room could probably be like magically commanded to heat up more. So there might be something there, but like there's nothing. There's no like obvious insidious traps to this room, other than the fact that those coals might be able to do something if given specific magical commands or whatever.
Okay, but he's not gonna be like, step right there, and then we don't fall.
Oh, I will say though, as you kind of examine the room, it's not a trap, but it's something you'd notice.
Yeah.
there is a hole in the ceiling that is big enough for a big dragon like Oldoth to fit through, to go up to what looks like a second floor up above.
Got it. So it's still interior to the building, but it's just to the next floor. Okay. Kind of like the door used for, I forgot their names, Horde in the Grey Moon Hole?
Yes.
Okay,
Similar.
got it. Okay.
Not the only one who can't remember dragon names.
I just
It was Ignis.
Yeah.
Ignis.
I said that to be nice.
Yeah.
You say anything, Art? If not,
yeah, I think he just approaches him and like, because he said we have much to talk about, right? It's like, indeed we do. I guess what, like, because he knows what's going on, right? So it wouldn't make sense to like. But there's also no time for small talk. He would love to ask him, "How are you?" Like, really. So he's gonna wait for Honlor to take the lead on this.
If you don't speak within a couple seconds, Honlor picks it up and says, Speak plainly with me. What brings you back here?"
Well,
You must know you're a wanted man.
I posters make it hard to forget. I'm not gonna bullshit you. The main reason I came here was to get Lura. I don't know where she is, and I figured she would either be here or I would able to find answers to her whereabouts.
He gestures to the dragon hold and says, "As you can see, she's not here. So what now? Do you leave?"
No. That was, like I said, that was the reason we came here. But then we saw everything that's happened, what's happening with the resistance, how run down Bryvynth is. It's a shell of its former self. And we also know...
Dolatos.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dolatos.
We also know about Dolatos.
Burritos.
Who wants to roll an insight check?
Oh, yeah, me.
Sure.
Me. Obviously me.
Me too.
Yeah, all right. I
Everyone's
need to
all
redeem
roll
myself.
insight checks.
Oh, I forgot. It's the wrong color.
I did not redeem myself.
Oh, that was a sad. I thought it was a nat one, but it was like a sad.
This is cocked? Okay, no, now it's not one.
That's a 12. I'm very... there's a lot of emotions, so I don't notice much with my 12.
12.
It's a nat one,
Okay.
but also a 12.
Okay. That's too funny.
It's like the lowest I can go.
At the mention of Dolatos, there's like a roll of the shoulder and like a tweak of the neck. Like there's a reaction to you bringing up Dolatos, but what it means, none of you.
I got
guys
an
know.
18.
You got an 18?
Yeah.
I can kind of guess. But
It's not fear, like you might expect. More accurate would be to say that there is something that he is concerned about that relates to Dolatos, but it's not like a... You can see that it's not like a fear for himself or anything like that,
Yeah.
Embers. There's something there that is weighing on him, but what it is exactly, it's unclear.
I might as well ask. I know that that's not good for either you or the city. What's you want to elaborate a little bit more on that?
It may not be good for me. And that will be what it is. I did what I saw as my duty here. Things have not gone as intended. In retrospect, perhaps I would have made different choices about my approach. But I was given orders, and I tried to fulfill them. Whatever fate is dealt to me as a result of those choices, I will accept it. And Uldoth will too. He looks to the ground and shakes his head and says, "It may not matter. What matters more is this conversation. The way that things go now." And he's making eye contact with Alec as he says that.
I'm sorry I left you here to clean up my mess. I know things might have been different, but I guess there's no point in really speculating about that now. I do want to ask you this. Does your allegiance to the Empire still hold strong?
It does. He gives a solemn nod. And so I think you know what that allegiance would bid me do now. Faced with you. Faced with your friends who have thrown their lots in with the Knights of the Scale. In the name of our past friendship, however, I wish to give you a chance to convince me. At Uldoth's behest. And he kind of gestures back to the dragon. And the dragon kind of rustles and curls in the back of the room.
Honlor, you know more than anyone else in my life, except it's possibly my father. You know how strongly I believed in the Empire. You know how strongly I wished to be on the right side of history, to do good, to help unify the world. I believed in the vision. But is such a vision worth it at the cost of so many innocent lives? At the lives of children? And he gestures around, look at Bryvynth. No one is winning here. This isn't what we wanted. And he's gesturing with his full body and not breaking eye contact. Mm-hmm. This isn't what we wanted. This isn't what we dreamed of. This isn't what we were promised.
He throws his arms wide for a second and says, "When I was mentoring you, your belief in the honor of what we do inspired me. You are one of few men who I can say held to their faith stronger than I. And to see your thinking change, it affects me. But I am no philosopher. I am no great thinker, and words will not change my mind. So let us decide this. Let you convince me the way you and I have always communicated."
All right.
I hope so.
And he smiles.
And yeah, he kind of holds the sword and
draws
throws
his
it
sword
at his
as
side.
well, simultaneous.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Do
would say
the rest
no.
of you go to prepare for battle?
I would like to stop them.
Yeah, I'm.
Ember is certainly tensing up to see this.
As Embers tenses and like some of you might instinctively like reach for weapons as well.
I think Vert's full awareness is on Oldoth and like the breath that it might hold.
Mhm.
So if Oldoth moves, then Vert probably thinks about that. They're still concentrating on that spell.
Oldoth does move. You want to cast the spell?
No.
Okay. The way that Oldoth moves, as some of you begin to ready yourself, he snakes his neck around in front of the door, cutting off Honlor and Art, and then speaks in his rasping voice in common. Them, not you.
Yeah, and I think at that point, like, you would have seen Art, like, readying his sword, and his other hand just, like, I guess people can't see my hand, just, like, kind of, like, telling them to stay back, like...
Yeah.
And if you, Elwyn, were still locked in on Art, you saw the smile. You saw the glint in his eye, like, this is how we do things, this is how we've always done things, like, this is how it needs to be.
Okay.
Okay. If the group of you then kind of back off a little bit, Oldoth retracts his neck and beats his wings and flaps up to the upper floor, giving...
I see it in the house.
Giving,
You
what's the
guys
change
face.
later?
You might want to zoom in on it.
Honlor and Art the floor, and his head is just kind of like poking down, observing.
Yeah, I think if Elwyn clocks the look in Art's eye and sees that Embers is tensing up, I think Embers is the one that Elwyn reaches to and just shakes her head. It's like, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. I think...
Be ready, but
Yeah,
not
Ember's
now.
like draws herself back up to her height, coming out of like the combat stance.
Yep.
That
You
said,
want temp HP?
I don't, but I'm at maxed
Do you
HP.
want temp HP before we do this?
Temp
Temp HP.
HP.
I mean, is that something that...
Would Art accept that? Help?
Is that
Oh,
something that the
no.
dragon would have stopped?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't accept that. No, you're right.
Okay.
Like
I'm
me
at-
as a player, I'm like, yeah, give me stuff. Art,
Yeah.
he is an honorable man.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I
More
think
than me.
Bert like looks at Art and like gives him like a knowing look, like, is this really like a one-on-one thing
Yeah,
for honor?
for honor.
Then he just like he probably just like go like, ugh. Like,
Yeah.
boys.
Like,
Warner.
stupid.
Warner.
All right, Warner.
Warner, yeah.
that said, if the rest of you do want to roll initiative, just in case at any point you want to jump in, you can.
I think I'll trust Art.
Okay.
Yep.
Then I only need one initiative roll,
Thanks.
and I'm going to roll mine physically instead of automatically.
That's not terrible.
And apologies to the rest of you, but I thought about Honlor, and this
No,
is the way it had to
really
be.
fucking entertaining.
Yeah.
17 total, which is, I think, the highest initiative I've rolled all campaign.
Well, so glad the guidance helped you out so much.
I don't discount it yet.
Yeah, but it's a persuasion check, and it only lasts a minute.
It can still be going. And
Persuade him to not kick my butt.
there will probably be talking during
Go
this.
see.
Well, got a +4 to persuasion if you need it. And we will milk that for as long as
Pretty
the
good.
DM
I'm
lets
not very
us milk
persuasive. As long as when?
As long as the DM lets us milk it.
Now, a subtle spell as a sorcerer. Okay.
Subtle spell and distance spell because it's a touch spell.
The song I'm picking is now called Crossing Swords.
Oh man. I was gonna say that previous couple songs, really
Really
good
good.
Yeah,
music
yeah.
picks tonight, Ethan.
Intense.
I know that that's not your forte, but you've done really well tonight.
This new music I got is really good. That's what I'll say. Honlor kind of steps back to the center of the room and kind of beckons for you to come forward as well. And you both draw your swords and you're kind of circling and waiting for one to take the initiative. And Honlor says, "Fine, just as before. So it will be again. I will strike first." And he launches towards you. Let us see what you have learned. And he draws his sword and will make 2 attacks against you. Ooh, those aren't good. 16 and a 12.
No.
So you kind of parry both of them.
Yeah.
One aside with the shield, one aside with the sword. And you can see that there's a glint in his eyes. And he says, "Good. So prison didn't dull your skills."
Never.
Your turn.
Ooh, yeah, I'm
Go
gonna
Iron!
go ahead and...
Got your cheering squad
Yeah.
back there.
Let's
I
go.
didn't use inspiration yet, but I kind of wanted to tip it to art.
I'll allow it.
Okay, here.
Yep.
I'm just gonna forfeit this and give it to you. You are inspired.
Oh, yay.
Drop the volume down a little bit. I think this might be loud.
That was, Okay, 19 and, and a 14.
Yeah, he brings his shield and sword up and kind of parries with the same combo that you just did,
Okay.
having been like,
Okay,
your
okay,
mentor
okay.
for swordplay.
But hold on. Because I do... You know what? Let's use those super... I can't say superiority die. Like, normally, I really can't. Because did I miss both?
Mm-hmm.
Because it says when you miss with an attack roll, you can expend one superiority die and add the die to the attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's try
You
that.
want to add this to the 19 then?
Yeah. Plus 8.
Oh, yeah.
And then, can I do it for the other one
If
as
he's
well?
use another charge of it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. 5.
It's putting it up to...
19.
So that one's still a miss.
Okay. What, does it expend it even
If you
I-
miss.
Good question.
No, it says potentially causing the attack to hit, so it's okay. Okay, so...
But yeah, what do you do? What's the new trick that you've learned that kind of gets under his guard
The
with that one
torrent
that
strike.
hits?
It's a good question. What is the new information here? What am I doing?
Bert, can you make a perception check as well?
Yeah.
I think he's been fighting a lot recently, and I think he just knows Honlor.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of knows that he's expecting, like, maybe a blow from the right, but, like, I switched to the left or something, you know?
You get him with a feint.
And then, yeah. And then that's... Oh, that's trash. That's 2
Night is still young.
7.
7 damage.
2 plus 7, 9, and then 3 radiant.
12.
Yes, so like 9...
9 slashing.
9 slashing and 3... I'm so sorry, I'm like...
Radiant.
Between numbers and words, I'm like...
What is even
So thank
happening
you.
right now?
What dice do you roll out of curiosity for your radiant?
They're both D8s.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just might need to know that later. What was your perception check?
21.
21. As Honlor like parries one with the shield and then spins to try and block the other one with the sword, but then is feinted out by Art. He's got like a cape that he's wearing, and it flourishes and furls, and you can see something strapped to Honlor's belt. It is one of the treasures of Vagma. There is a horn there.
Oh,
There it is.
now suddenly it's worth coming.
Bert cracks his knuckles.
Oh shit.
You recognize it from your father's study.
Of course there. I got on a phone call by Dad. I found it! the phone call of
Stone ascending.
yes, sending.
Sending.
Okay, is that it for your turn?
Yeah. Actually, no. As a bonus action, can I use Know Your Enemy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's gonna be... For flavor, let's also say that I would know my enemy. But it says you can discern the immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities of a creature you can see within 30 feet of you. You can use this once per long rest, blah, blah, blah. Uh-huh.
Immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities. As a Dragonborn, you have resistance to the elements that you're part of, right? You've got fire resistance?
Right,
Okay, so he has cold and lightning resistance.
right. But he wouldn't have, like, a weakness to fire, because this isn't Pokemon, unfortunately. Got it, fine. It would have been cool, though.
I know that one. I still.
Yeah, right? Double damage.
Yeah. he kind of circles around you, trying to get a different angle, and comes at you with 2 more attacks.
Ooh.
Those are better, but probably not good enough. A 19 and a 21.
21 hits.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on.
Tell me about it.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Never mind. I forgot I have. Okay, wait. I always forget this, and I'm so sorry. I've forgotten this the whole campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually have a weapon mastery for the longsword,
Oh yeah.
which has sap, which means if you hit a creature with a longsword, that creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of your next turn.
Roll these both simultaneously.
I have not used this
I guess be 1 attack.
ever.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
part of the new rules.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to say that I rolled twice. I'm going to call that just the disadvantage roll. So the lower one was the one that missed, 19. So then,
And then
I will
this is your
roll
second.
another attack here,
Just normal.
which is still a hit.
Okay.
Because it is...
Yeah, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
It's 23. Okay.
But you wouldn't have that.
You take 13 slashing damage, and you are sapped.
Oh,
Disadvantage on the next attack.
damn.
Oh, snap!
And then I just did 12
snap.
damage to him. Like, oh god,
Oh,
this is
snap,
gonna be
you've been
insane.
sapped!
Okay.
Your turn.
Okay, my turn. Let's see, and then it's the first one is
What the snap?
1 at disadvantage, or
Yeah,
all
first one's
all
at-
attacks.
First one's at
First one.
disadvantage. Yeah.
First one's at disadvantage. So let's do these two. Oh, that's still a 20 to hit.
That hits.
I rolled a 19 and a 12.
Yes!
Okay, so
Yes!
I'm just gonna start with that before moving on to the next one, and then that's 2d8. That's 1 plus. Wait, no, I usually do this for the radiant. So that's 4 plus 7, 11 plus 1 radiant
Okay.
on my first attack, and
So
then
12 total.
yeah.
You're like, what number
12.
should I say?
Oh, and I rolled a 12 again.
You
so
don't have
that's
to roll it to disadvantage again. Just one.
No. I
you
just
did?
rolled
Okay,
this
okay,
one.
okay.
Yeah, but it was the same
same
die
number.
gave me a 12 plus 8, 20.
Okay. That's another hit.
Okay, so then it's...
Gabo just nervously
Okay,
dropping
this
dice.
has got to go. This has rolled a 1 too many
Here,
times.
here.
Thank you. Put him in jail.
Put him in jail.
Okay, so that's 8 plus 7 slashing and 1 radiant.
Or 16.
Yeah, thank you for doing the big math.
Or
You don't
do
need
you
to
say
Eight
anything,
plus
or are you
one.
just fully focused on the fight at this point?
He's gonna say this like cheekily, and I think they have that kind of rapport. I'm just gonna be like, getting slow, old man.
You wish.
But he's fully smiling. He is enjoying this.
Yep. Honlor, like after that battering, taking 2 strong hits, he kind of takes a step back and like resets his stance.
And he's sapped.
Yes, and you're back. Thank you for reminding me. You're back to circling each other for a moment. And he kind of takes the opportunity to say, I would know what things have changed your mind. You, like I, are from the north. You've seen how great the Empire can be. It's just here, in these new states, where they won't fall in line, where there's trouble. Artelier. Or not Artelier. Why am I blanking on it? Where are you actually from? You are from Elnord.
I'm from Elnord.
Elnord, Rubrun, Nearus. Jewels of the Empire. This place could be too. Surely you've seen it. Building the railroads, expanding infrastructure. It could be great.
But what greatness comes from forcing people into wanting that greatness? What greatness is there if people can't be free?
People rarely want what's best for them. And then he comes back in for another set of attacks.
Another set of sapped attacks.
Yes, this one is sapped. The lower dice is a 2, so that's a miss. He's kind of like cringing from the wound, and you can like it gives you that moment to dodge to the side. This one is not sapped. It's also a 2.
Nice.
Your turn.
One-on-ones are so intense.
So intense. Oh my god. Okay.
One-on-ones are
that's not my
they're
great.
always like that.
The first one is a 5 plus 8 is 5 plus 8 is 13. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna try precision attack. No, plus 2. So that's a no. And I'm just gonna try again.
Wait, 18 plus 2?
13.
13 plus 2.
13 plus 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a miss, yep.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
I was reading something in my note and just totally missed that, so thank you for
Yeah.
But 17 plus 8 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to give you attitude with that.
Give attitude all you want.
Take it. Burn those superiority dice.
Okay,
That's what they're for.
5 plus
Yeah.
7.
I went there.
You say attitude.
Artitude.
Okay, 5 plus 7, 12 plus
I'll see
5.
myself out.
So 17?
Like, yes.
And your sword is just flashing with radiant light throughout this.
Oh, and actually, since that one was 5, I'm gonna use... I'm gonna heal myself a little bit. I'm gonna heal myself those 5 HP points.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Using your sword ability.
Nice.
Honlor kind of takes that moment where you like center yourself and like let the healing light wash over you, and he uses that to like reposition to the side of you.
Tapped.
Yes, and he comes in. He does come in with an attack, and it is sapped. 21.
Fuck. Yeah. What? Honestly, like, if it was 22 or anything else, but it's the meats that beats it that fucks me up. Yeah, that hits.
12 points of slashing damage, and you are sapped as well.
Yeah.
But then instead of going in for a second attack, like while you're reeling back from the pain of that, you come back, you meet his eyes again, and his jaws are full of magical energy, and he unleashes his breath weapon on you. And I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Okay.
And the group of you watch, this is a big breath weapon. Like, if he hadn't repositioned to here, it would have caught all of you, because it is a 30-foot line.
Uses 18 plus some. What do I?
That's a pass.
What does that mean?
You're gonna take half damage.
Okay.
What should you heal yourself for?
A 5.
That was garbage. Damn it. So it was 9 between cold and lightning, halved down to 4.
Okay.
He unleashes this breath weapon, but you know him, and so you see it coming, and you manage to dodge to the side, but it is this, like, pillar of, like, frost and ice laced with lightning that just erupts from his mouth in your direction. Your turn.
Oh, that's sexy. That's cool. Yeah. So he did. So I'm sapped, right?
So it's a hybrid?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh.
Yeah. I'm sapped, right?
You are
yeah.
sapped.
Okay. Okay, are you seeing this? It's 2 12s.
What?
So that plus 8. That plus 8. Yeah.
Hits.
8. Yeah. 20. That's crazy. What is
Saps do
happening?
nothing old.
Oh. 3 plus 7, 10 plus 1 radiant. Kill me.
So 11 total. Is that right?
Yeah, 11 total. And you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna use my breath weapon on him.
Oh shit!
Cool.
Yeah.
What's the save?
DBZ.
30,000?
It's Dex 15. And if not, it's half, right?
21.
Okay, so half, and it's 2. Oh, I don't even have my details. Like,
I've got him right here.
Oh no, he's got him out here.
yeah, it's on the other side.
In the other box.
10. 10.
So half.
An 8 and a 2. We're like so matched. It's crazy.
As you breathe out, he like ducks a little bit to the side and brings his shield up, and your fire just licks along his shield, and like the shield's edges start glowing red at the edge. But he comes back from it almost like unsinged. Slightly singed. But looking at him, he's taken a good chunk of damage. He's showing injury. He's bloodied. But as you see this happen, he kind of rolls his shoulders and there's a crack, and he stands a couple inches taller, and he grins at you. He now gets 3 attacks per turn. First one is sapped. Sapped one is a natural 1.
Okay.
You can use this break when we need it too. Don't forget.
Oh, I kept forgetting. Thank you.
The next one is a 24.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
And the third one is a 25.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Not only does he get more attacks now,
He does more damage.
his attacks do more damage. The first attack is 17 slashing damage. The second attack
I'm bloody.
is 19
Do you get 3
slashing
attacks
damage.
I'm doing real rough.
Art's bloodied now. Does he get 3 attacks? Do you get to power up too? Do the DPSC.
I wish.
So Honlor kind of comes back from that series of heavy blows with this like bloody grin on his face. And he kind of gives you a little bit of distance for a second again. There was something I wanted to have him ask. And he says, "So I would know, in my position, what would you do now, here in Bryvynth? What's your solution?"
My solution is to dream big. My solution, reject the Empire. Join up with the Resistance, help them take the city back, fix the mess that we both helped create, help make this a place that's livable again. This used to be a place where art flourished, where people lived happily and freely. Help restore it to its former glory, and help me show the Empire that we're not backing down, that we're not gonna let this reign of terror continue, and that Bryvynth was just one of many cities that will rise up and turn the tides in this war.
Now is when you can roll a persuasion check with your guidance.
And inspiration. If you want it.
I'm gonna use my inspiration! Okay. Okay. Plus my... Plus 4.
Did you use the
Plus, I did because it gives me more drama. Because I'm like, oh shit, is that a 4 or is it a 1?
Oh my God.
Plus 17?
Is that with 2 D20s?
Yeah, the first one wasn't that one.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. I roll it either well or poorly, like...
Yeah, he kind of nods at you and says, "It is well said, but we'll have to see." He kind of gives you the come at me motion again. The one other thing he says, "It is well said, but we will have to see. There are yet factors you do not know." And then he gives you the come at me motion.
I think Embers just sort of like leans over to Ellen and says, we're not going to let this be to death, right?
Of course not.
Just to make sure that was...
We're here ready. He falls, we'll jump in.
Okay. 8 and 12?
So
No. Plus 8.
yeah. So both above 20 means they both hit.
Okay. But the first one is sapped, though, right? So that
Oh, so just
so
one.
that was
That was
so
the
that's
first
20,
one, so 20.
to hit. Okay.
Can you do one more?
You always hit on the sapped one. It's good for you.
The stress I have. Oh my butt. Are you kidding me? This is garbage. I'm so mad. 9 plus 2.
So 11.
Yeah.
As you've just finished giving this speech, and you go to deliver this blow, kind of rising from the weakened, sapped position, your sword glows with a brighter light, and it does an extra 5 damage of radiant.
Oh shit!
Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna do my other attack. I don't know why I keep using this. Okay. 18 plus 8 to hit.
Mm-hmm. That'll do it.
Yeah. And I don't know that I can. I don't know what's on this. 8 plus 7
15.
and 1.
16?
Yeah.
I almost subtracted 26.
Killing me, bro.
Anything else?
Now's the time to put it all in there.
I don't have much that I can do, and it
You
feels.
have Action Surge, Second Wind.
Oh no, those have been gone since the last.
Yeah, we didn't take a long rest.
Did
That's
we
true.
take a short rest?
Nope.
No, we couldn't even do that.
Nope. I just.
Did we not?
Nope.
Yeah,
we
I
thought
talked about
just
doing it.
walked.
We could not. So I did Aura of Vitality
Yeah.
as we ran here.
Yeah, no. Of my bonus actions, that's. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But it's looking bad.
Okay. Honlor kind of circles around a little bit more so that his back is to the group of you, and it's just you and him. Like, you can't see your friends behind his broad shoulders. And he is, he's looking rough, but you're looking rough. But in this moment, you can tell that, with the flow of the combat, he has the initiative. And he kind of, as he's coming towards you, he gives you that opportunity. He says, "What do you say? Do we yield? Or do we finish this?"
We finish this.
And he comes in with 3 attacks. The first one sapped. You're lucky it was sapped because there was a natural 20 there.
Oh, good.
But it's a miss. It turns to a miss because it was a 5, the other one.
God, please.
Next attack is a 29.
Oh, no.
We'll do this one attack at a time.
Can I hold an action?
Yeah. What's your action you're holding?
I would like to hold casting a spell if Art falls unconscious. So I guess
Lost how much damage?
Embers and Vert, you can see the top of Helen's staff is starting to very faintly glow, and she's just watching Art very intently.
Vert, you can also see Oldoth growling at the upper perch where he's at the floor above. His head is snaked down, and he starts growling at Elwyn
I see.
as she begins to cast that spell.
Well, she's not casting it though.
She's just focusing on her energy.
But he knows. Is what he's
is
trying
what
to
I'm
say.
saying.
He's like, no
Yeah.
cheating.
You take 10 slashing damage, and then we'll see if he hits with his third attack. He's going to do the breath weapon, actually. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Can't watch.
I can't either. That's why I use the So now 1.
Not one.
No, not again.
Can be real bad.
It is 5 cold and 5 lightning damage.
Okay, alright, you're still up. You're still up. You're still up.
I think
Hey.
Just
Barely. Yeah. Oh, you were following the map. I showed you.
Where are you seeing it?
No, because I
Double told me how
mouthed.
much HP
I'm like,
we had
how
left.
did you know?
She just knows. We're
That's
just so
how
in
insightful I
sync.
am.
Map symbols are flying behind her head.
Plus
I know
11
exactly.
insight. I know.
So that blow kind of sends you reeling backwards, and skids you to your knees a little bit. You pick yourself back up. Your turn.
I'm gonna have stress dreams all night tonight, you guys.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh
same.
my god.
Okay.
You can have inspiration again.
I don't think. Yeah, I had
You are
sapped.
I'm rolling it in the other dice tray. Maybe this will change things.
Hey, I mean that was a 14 and an 18 on the die, so plus 8.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
So I've discarded. Does anyone want to give me some d8s? Because I've discarded
I've got-
everything that's just
I've got some.
trash. Thank you.
Good radio.
Let's do that. Yeah, it's at least 2. I can't see. That's a 6 and a 6. Great. So 6 plus 7 plus 6, and I'm gonna heal 6.
Nice. Yes. Good idea.
Heal for 7.
That's more than 6 plus 6. Doesn't you add?
Yeah, it's 6 plus 7.
Oh, okay.
And then 6 for the
So 19.
radiant.
Heal
Yeah.
for 7 because your sword does an extra 1 radiant damage on that hit.
Nice.
Okay.
It's got you a whole lot.
Thank
I
you.
was actually
To choose from. I'm just gonna set them
Okay,
right
and then my second attack. That's 16 plus 8.
To hit? Yeah.
I'm so stressed that my heart is pounding.
I know.
You need to understand.
Cool one.
Let's see. Oh wow, I really can't. That's a. Okay, 4 plus 7. And then 5 radiant.
16.
And then I'm gonna heal myself 5 more. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me check.
Yeah, how many times can you do that?
This was my last time I could do that.
Okay.
Heal for another 1 because your sword does another 1 radiant damage.
Oh shit.
The music changed. My heart is pounding. I understand. I was at 4 HP 2 seconds ago.
Yeah. We are aware.
Honlor now,
Woo!
I will tell you, is on 2 HP.
Oh my god.
Ask him the question back.
Yeah, ask him.
Is he on his knees or something?
I mean, he is just basically... Yeah, you could, if you wanted to, you could have, shoved him back and, knocked him to the ground a little bit.
And I'm gonna hold my sword up to him. Old friend. You're healed.
He gives you that same bloodied smile and throws his shield to the side and holds his sword in 2 hands.
Oh shit.
Fuck, I'm so fucked.
Never. I taught you, remember.
He did.
And he surges forward.
Oh no.
He's sapped for this first attack. It's a miss. Rolled a 2 on the lower dice. 13 on the second attack. 26 on the third.
Okay, you healed yourself a lot. Maybe you can withstand this one.
Points.
I'm down.
He brings his sword down in what you know could be a killing blow
Yeah.
and stops it at your throat. And then sheathes it and steps back. And says,
I forget that I can use it as a...
Damage.
Yeah.
Just up some damage.
"It was well fought." And he kind of takes the opportunity to circle around so that he can get an eye on the whole group again. And I'm going to change the music. Back to...
He points to the musicians, asks them.
And he kind of crosses his arms and says, Lagos. Had you not arrived here. You're conscious, yeah.
Okay.
He stopped it at your throat. So you're,
So
you're
he
at
didn't
one hit
actually
point.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha.
He left you at one hit point.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Had you not arrived here, I would have seen my course through to the end and considered it my duty and honor. But truth be told, I do seek another path. And he reaches into, like he's got like a side pouch on his belt, and he pulls out a piece of paper and hands it to you. This arrived with the intel that Dolatos would be coming here to this city to put down the rebellion. I've failed to do so. And he hands you the paper.
What is it? Hey, what do I see?
You unfurl it, and it is a, like, you would have seen these several times before in the past. It is an intelligence report.
Yeah.
Just a military intelligence report. I don't have its exact wording written out, but the broad strokes are grim.
Okay.
It speaks of Ice Tier Vale, the capital city of Ardalir. It speaks of rebellions there getting out of hand, the failures of Rosnor to get it under control. It speaks of a need for Dolatos to go and deal with the city, to make an example of what happens if these rebellions persist.
An example of this city?
Ice Tier Vale.
Ice Tier Vale.
Okay.
And it speaks of Dragonfire raising the entire city with its citizens inside.
Yeah.
Ice Tier Vale is a scar on Ardalir now. And as you read that, Honlor says, Bryvynth could be next. Were it just my fate, I would see it to the end. Without you, I would see it to the end. But you have been my friend many years. I value and trust your opinions, despite my thoughts on what happened here, what you did here. If you say now is the time to fight Dolatos, to free this city, I will do it with you. Is now that time?
It is.
He reaches into the pocket again and procures a potion bottle and hands it to you. It is a superior healing potion.
Oh.
Which, let me find the rules for it. There's the 2014 rules. Where's the 2024 rules?
I'm not crying.
No.
I got chills there.
Coming down off of the adrenaline.
Listen, this character's my baby, so I'm just like, you know when you have an idea like for a character like so clear in your head, and then you see it just come to life before you, and it's just like, it's better than anything I could have dreamed.
It's 10d4 plus 20.
Whoa. Does anyone else want to roll those d4? Because I'm
I got 1d4.
I have a lot. I have a lot.
Yeah. Like, you could go ahead and roll them because my d rolls have been better than that.
What are the rest?
The d20 rolls were not bad.
I'm gonna do a perception check to see if there's any other people other than us in the room, or like looking into the room. or listening or anything?
You don't need to roll a perception check. There are the 2 shield guards outside the door. But other than that, it is just you and Honlor and Olaf.
Thank you. And thank you for your pretty.
I guess Empress would go to Honlor and say, well, what about you? I mean, now is the time to fight. There's not a better time, but you don't really seem like you're up to it.
That was 4d4 plus 20. I'm so sorry, how many d4?
10.
Oh, 10! Oh, shit!
Yeah.
Oh! I thought it was 4 for some reason. Like, wow, okay.
No, 10d4 plus 4?
Plus 20.
Plus 20. Oh,
Well, if this is the time to take a short rest, we could definitely do that too.
That's basically what Honlor says, is he says,
oh, I have 10.
Oh, shit.
my wardens are setting up for Uldaf's, or Dolatos' arrival at the town square. I believe we have some time, not much, but some.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to fight him, we should rest.
Yeah.
I agree completely.
Yes.
Rest, we could die, and then that can be used during the fight.
Oh, did you not already just drink it?
Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Did you?
I haven't, but I was, the intent was to
But
do
also,
it, whatever
yeah, how
y'all
many hits
prefer.
are- We haven't done any short rests today,
Yeah,
right?
so we probably all already die, I think.
Yeah, but that's like 8.
It's still quite a bit. For a
I
fighter,
think-
that's d10s, right? So, plus constitution. Sorry.
No, you're not.
It's okay. If you want to take it back and save it and use your hit dice, that's fine. Oh,
Sure.
that's fine.
Just for flavor, when they have this moment of like, is now the time, and he says yes, and like Honlor agrees to fight, he just like extends an arm to him, and like I don't know, maybe
he does
they
the
have the
arm clasp where it grabs your wrist.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
your
yeah.
hand.
That's exactly how I was picturing it, like fully, and then just I've missed you.
And I you. It will be an honor to fight with you again.
Yeah.
So-
let me roll some dice.
Warden Captain Werner steps up.
Honlor looks confused.
I was gonna
I mean, he's been standing back there with us.
I
the
know,
whole
but
time.
it's like Honlor's eyes were for art the entire time, pretty much. So when you come in as Werner, Honlor looks confused, and he says, "I had reports that you were captured, Captain. What news?"
Warner was captured, and then he drops the disguise and turns back into Anna.
I see.
And I'm
Another
just gonna
one
be
of
like,
his secrets.
sorry, I wasn't. We didn't know what to expect
Does
coming
this
in
mean
here.
that Lumbra truly isn't here?
He shakes his head and looks back to Art and says, "I'm sorry. Whatever the outcome of our sparring match was to be, I planned to tell you. Though I hate to be the one to bear this news. No, Lumbra is not here. She was moved sometime after your imprisonment. Let me get some information here for a second.
We've gotten to the phase of the night where Gabo has shifted into Spanish to do all of his counting. I just hear him muttering over here, "Cinco."
23, yeah, it's true. It just words matter for me.
Okay.
23.
Do you know of a man, a Draco Spear named Pyrox? You could roll like a history check.
Wait, hold on.
A prolonged look of confusion. He's doing a lot of
I
heavy
know,
math
yeah.
in his brain right now.
You just had a ton of damage done to you.
Yeah. Bell got wrong a little bit.
Yep.
So can we
Can
mark?
any of us roll that?
35.
History check, or?
Yeah. I would give Vert advantage, and I will give Art
Yeah,
advantage.
I think I'll still need the superiority potion because, like, I'm not. I'm sorry. Okay, wait.
So you said
What am I rolling? I'm so sorry.
A history check at advantage.
Oh, okay. $14.
Okay. What did Vert get?
I guess.
17.
Okay.
I rolled 2.
If I...
What'd you get, Elwyn?
22.
Oh, snap.
Oh, I also got 22.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, shit, okay.
Our historians.
It's okay, they can know.
Actually, though, like
Well,
I've
let
been
you
around a lot
focused on my
longer than y'all.
concussion right
I'm
now.
gonna let you finish doing your math before I actually
Wait,
give
so
the information.
thank
So
You rolled how many d10s for your
Not yet. I haven't finished, but I have 3 left, and I'm only at 35.
have you
What,
been
have
adding
you adding your constitution modifier to each one?
Well, yeah, because it says 1d10 plus 4, so I assume
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the...
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
each one is 1d10 plus 4.
Yeah,
You're still
I've
only
just-
at 35?
Yes, I roll like trash. What do you want me to say?
I'm just asking. I'm just
I'm
surprised.
also bad at math.
What a fight, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can just stop it here. I've had enough.
Close as it could be.
I'm also just like, oh. What?
I think 10 is the actual number of d4s I have in this bag.
Finally rolled a 9.
Oh, wait, no. 11.
Alright, I'm gonna do Honlor's short rest as well.
Last one.
I'll mark a short rest as well so I can get my wild shapes back and shit.
Yeah, good idea.
If we're just gonna assume that we get it.
Oh, that's not bad. I'm at 65 out of 84 after using all my...
I mean, that's what they're there for, so...
Yeah, okay, let me see if there's anything...
Yeah, like more importantly, you get your stuff back.
Yep.
Wait,
Let's-
I don't get wild
I
shapes
don't-
back on a short rest. Go on.
I get my action surge back, but...
Get back on a short rest.
Honlor's
Sorry.
back up to nearly full health.
You get-
Point. I do have natural
Can
recovery.
regain 1 expended use when you finish a short rest, but I do that manually, okay. So I got my action surge, and I got 1 second wind back, which is not
Yeah.
bad.
And then your superiority dice?
Oh
Yeah.
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 They those got cleared automatically on.
Because I'm like,
Yeah,
fighters
yeah.
pretty much get everything, from what
Yeah.
I remember, so...
Yeah. I guess the things I don't get back are like know your enemy,
Yeah. Well, that one's
the
changed.
breath weapon, but yeah,
That's
draconic
different
flight.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, pretty good.
Oh shit.
So now, that history check.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Um,
Oh shoot.
Gabo, and Vert, you were kind of in the same tier of roles.
The bad tier.
The medium tier. You've heard the name, not in combination with the. Well, he didn't give the title. So yeah, you've heard the name of a Draco Spear named Pyrox. He probably was not one of the ones who was at Vogma necessarily. You don't know much about his reputation though. It's Embers and Elwyn who Elwyn probably through like researching the politics of the Empire, and Embers just from being really widely traveled and well read. You've heard of this person who kind of came up through the ranks of the Imperial Army, mostly by like cleverness and tact. He's a half dragon, so like has actual dragon blood as opposed to being a dragonborn. With also like some Earth Genasi blood in the mix there, and has a but never had a dragon before. Like he was one of the Draco Spears who like there is a set of Draco Spears who like a dragon doesn't hatch for them, and they get like a wyvern, and so he's never had a dragon before. But he kind of came up through the ranks by like guile and like strategic thinking and things like that, and he's known as like a bit of a tinkerer. And Honlor says Lumbra was given to Pyrox, who is now the legate of Vogma.
Oh shit.
I fear them. He looks like he's struggling to say something, and he finally works up the urge to say it, and he just kind of shakes his head, and there's sorrow in his eyes as he looks at you. He says, Pyrox has, of recently, as far as I understand it, had a fixation with the Warforged and the technology used to create them.
No.
I understand he's been doing experiments on Lumbra. I don't know what that means, but I fear the worst.
No. Where is he?
In Vagma, where he rules. And Art, in this moment where you're getting this news, you remember the question you asked to the cards. Where is Lumbra? And you drew the construct card. You can't make this up, because that was already in my notes when he drew that card.
Oh my god.
I fear he intends to recreate that technology and bend Lumbra to his will by force.
How long has she had her?
At least a year. I'm sorry, I tried to keep her here as long as I could. I did.
No. Friend,
The decision was out of my hands.
This isn't your fault. Thank you for telling me. I need to get to her.
How much do we know about the other, it's like the Elder Haven Reaches, what they've done in the past? Or the recent past, I should say.
Like, what do you want to know?
Like, what can be done can be undone, or something like that, or is there, ways to...
Roll this would be another history check.
Yeah, okay.
Not at advantage this time, though.
Yeah. Oh. 22.
22? You're traveling with a Warforged right now, named Dagger. And you know that Dagger is part of a subset of Warforged who, never regained their personalities or memories of their past lives, and are still kind of subject to the directives that were put in them when they were created. But also there are Warforged who, you may not know the process specifically, but were released from their directives and began to regain their personalities and their memories and things like that. And you've even heard rumors of one Warforged warrior, the name escapes you, but who apparently somehow did regain a human form by magic somehow.
Probably just a rumor.
It's just
Xanathar.
Yeah,
some
Xanathar.
hunter.
Yeah, some hunter.
Some great hunter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Anna will cut in just for a moment and say, this doesn't mean anything's permanent. There have been, lots of advancements made to that technology to have them regain their sense of selves and things. So, we act quickly. Maybe she's still there. And if not, then maybe we can get her back.
He kind of looks at all of you. It's like you're already doing so much for me to help me.
We'll discuss finer details later, but don't despair. There's hope.
My fault. I'm supposed to be taking care of her. Now, alone, I'm scared and probably in pain. And he stops himself there, and you see him, his demeanor shift, and he recomposes himself. And he draws strength that he doesn't have from somewhere, from his sword, from somewhere, and just refocuses on what we need to do here and now because him beating himself over Lumbra right now isn't gonna help save this city. But he looks at all of you with a lot of just gratefulness and kindness, and he just says, thank you for everything. Really. And thank you for letting me know. It's not your fault.
It is.
But
it can be more than one. But your words are.
What's important now is that we make things better. And that starts here.
Do you have a plan, Overseekers?
I'll look at the rest of you.
And before you speak, I would impress upon the group of you that this is, in many ways, a point of no return. Unless you can somehow obscure yourselves from Dolitos. This is to unmask your true disposition towards the Empire. To this point, you have skated a line. But now you cross it.
Doesn't bother me none, but I know that might be tricky for you, Vert. Or Anna.
Does that happen?
Yeah. we know canonically Embers is bad at this.
What was the
Melissa's gonna be in the comments.
When we left Amberhearth, we had a discussion with all the leaders there, and they basically put their lots in with us, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're prepared as well, as much as they can be. Yeah, I mean, Bert's been ready to fight it won, so if this is the time to actually
We've
do it.
always, as a unit, stood up to fight for what's right. That's what we're doing here. It's like Art said. What's right for this town is not the Empire. They need their freedom to be able to flourish, and that's what we're going to help them do.
Very well. Then I ask again. Do you have a plan?
Well,
Good for a plan in place for us.
yeah, I mean, Knights of the Scale
The Knight's
had a plan.
plan involves dragon. And I don't know if we're necessarily aligned with that.
I wasn't. But after hearing what Art read to us, and this dragon who eliminated a town in a day, I'm not sure I care anymore.
Let me be clear. From what I read in this intel, Bryvynth was not raised by Ihar, but by Rubrun.
You mean,
Oh.
Rust, whatever.
Ice Tear
Ice
Veil.
Tear
He's bad at dragon names.
No.
Yes,
This is
yes.
Blair.
What did I
This
say?
is Blair. You said Bryvynth. I'm like, we're in
this is
Bryvynth, right?
No, I did mean Ice Tear Veil. Yes, good
Yes.
catch. Ice Tear Veil was not raised by Tyhar, but by Rubrun,
Is
the Emperor's
Emperor's
dragon.
Dragon. Yeah.
A colossal beast.
Well, I guess that does change things.
But
I don't know.
if this pair reports to the Emperor and will do his bidding without question, then they are of the same breed, right?
I agree. They need to be stopped. My point was, They were also planning to poison Oldolf, and we wanted to stop that.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've got the poison we do.
They have the poison. But we'll just have to be aware of their plan so we can protect Oldolf from the same fate.
Yeah. I mean, I think they said that the dragon's bane had to be ingested, right?
Ordinarily, yes. But Salvo had
Made
found
into
a way
gas,
to
right?
make it gaseous
yeah.
and make it airborne, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
And then in the confusion, they were going to try and attack.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So maybe the plan is to wait for the knights to launch their attack on Dolatos and his dragon. Then we can do a strike on top of that.
We didn't talk to anybody
Not really, no.
before we left to come here. As soon as we heard that Dolatos was coming today. So I don't know if they
Be
know
in action, yeah.
that we want you spared.
But
I
it
mean-
would only affect Holdolf, right? Holdolf was in the
But
vicinity.
they were planning to poison both dragons and attack both Honlor
But yes,
and
but
Dolatos.
yes, but they were assuming that Honlor and Dolatos were gonna be, you know, together on the same side,
so I'm
and
saying
like
if-
standing physically in proximity.
Right, so I'm saying if we go to this thing as we were planning to go to, as if nothing's changed, how are we going to tell the knights not to attack Honlor and Oldolf?
If this happens, like, I guess early in the rest, Embers can volunteer to go be a runner. I don't need to rest.
Well, I mean, we can not have Holdolf in the vicinity.
We'll have to do that.
And if we can
And
somehow...
I don't even know if you are, even if you are a runner, I don't know if they'll listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I think
But-
we let them carry out their plan,
Yeah.
and we strike after, because they're not going to be expecting that.
We definitely will help them take out
Yes.
Dolatos.
Yes.
For
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
I just want to prevent them from going after
Yeah.
Honlor.
So wait, Honlor, are your wardens loyal to you?
Oh.
You are proponents of freedom, choice. I will give that to them. Some may follow me, some may not.
Yeah.
Many of them live here, have friends and family here. They may choose to follow. As for the matter of keeping the knights off, they can come at me if they will. I will not strike them. Please do what you can. Convince them.
Yeah.
Now I must ask a question. Tyhar will be here. Dolatos will be here. I can face one of them while you face the other. I think to allow them to fight together would be a mistake. What would you choose?
Does it send the assumption that the poison's not going to work?
I see Dolatos.
We fight
What?
Dolatos.
What do we know about specifically those two, and like what kind of dragon is Tyhar, and like how does Dolatos fight?
Tyhar, well, roll, let's
History.
make this an Arcana check
Arcana?
for the type of dragon.
I'm not proficient in Arcana.
What a shame.
Have we seen Tyhar?
Don't think
I don't think we've
you
ever
have
seen
yet. No.
Tyhar.
Yeah, Dolatos
Wait.
was in Fimir, but I don't think we ever saw him
We never
riding
saw
the
his dragon.
Yeah, okay, that was not the dragon that flew around.
No, that was,
Peleas.
yeah,
So,
bird
okay.
crushers.
Maybe so hungry. I got 15. Uh-oh.
You know enough to know that his dragon is not like one of the standard breeds of dragon.
Great.
But you don't know much beyond that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like bronze, silver, gold, red, black, white. It's not one of those. There is something different about this
And
dragon.
then as far as how he quells rebellions and conducts business, what do we know about Dolita specifically?
Ruthless.
Right.
You would expect no mercy, and you would not expect that for defenseless citizens and anyone else who might be present.
Okay.
No mercy, and he's not gonna change his mind. Like, he's not...
There's no convincing.
There's no convincing him.
I mean, I won't... As a DM, I won't say there's no convincing him. But also as a DM, I'll say you'd be hard-pressed.
That's not more. Here, there's no convincing.
Roll a 30.
We haven't heard anything about his training or is he a great spellcaster or a...
No, you would know, I'll give this to Bert as someone who, knows his enemy with the Empire. There's record of him going back quite a long while. You're not sure exactly how long, but, and he never really, exposes himself underneath, because he wears this, full plate armor with, a full, he's got, a Dragonborn form, but there's a whole, face helmet mat. His entire face is covered by his helmet. But as far as you know, his history goes back a long time. So, something about he must be long-lived somehow, because he's got quite a long record of playing this part for the Empire. Granted, it hasn't been needed quite as much as it has in recent years.
Okay.
He was probably involved in the Siege of Vagla.
Yeah. Would expect it would have used any and all resources. Okay. Yeah, I mean, without knowing specifics, I wouldn't really have a reason to pick one over the other than, how many of us can actually fly if the dragon chooses to fly and attack us?
Is
today, no.
considered a humanoid?
Brooke.
We've met him before.
He was in full armor.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Might be undead, and I'm not kidding.
Could be a dragon, could be undead, yeah, who knows?
Could be a cute little dog.
Could be a ooze under there.
Oh my god.
Slim, hey!
A mind flayer.
Oh god.
It was me the whole time, guys. Let's have a smoke. It was all a big joke.
Back to gambling. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably say Dolito, so that...
Yeah, because...
We'd want to face.
Yeah.
But does that mean leaving Honlor alone to fight?
Honlor and...
Oh, and Oldoth. Yeah.
Hold off. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes...
I will not put Oldoth in any more danger than is reasonable, so... Unless the gas is dispersed from around Tyhar, I will not send Oldoth in.
Yeah.
But if it is...
The poison, remind me as a player what the effect of that was supposed to be.
So in its
I mean, it was...
It was to weaken them. It wasn't...
You know about it in its
insta-kill.
In its liquid form. Let's see. No, not Dragon's Bane.
No, it's a dog licking my hands.
Ordinarily, it must be drunk in liquid form to have an effect. Didn't write the effect.
It does say lethal to dragons in my notes.
Yeah, I thought that the impression was that if they inhaled it, they would die. Which is why I'm confused why we're even having this conversation as a player.
Okay.
I misunderstood. I thought it would be enough to weaken them and separate.
No,
them
I mean,
together.
if that was the effect, Ellen wouldn't have had an issue.
So it will, in game terms, it will incapacitate and begin choking for the dragon, and it will deal damage every turn.
Oh, okay.
But it's not like an instant kill.
Okay, there we go.
But it is lethal.
But it is lethal, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was my question.
How much time do we have to makeshift a gas mask for
So-
Oldoth?
I have wind abilities, so it's possible that I can create little barriers for Oldoth, but that would take a lot of concentration.
I don't know if we want to expend resources on that.
I mean, that's just... The only resource is my action and concentration.
Would the gas need to be continually inhaled for that effect to happen, or is it if it is inhaled once?
You don't necessarily know about the gas.
That's fair.
the thing.
Yeah.
Because it's an entirely new thing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Making it airborne like this.
But like theoretically, they drink it once and then it has.
Like, it'd be great if we had time to go back to talk to the other people, to the knights, but I assume we're out of at this point. How far out? How?
If you've had a short rest, and you're talking about this during the short rest,
Like
Dolotos
minutes?
is imminent.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No,
so I
it's
think
probably
I think the move is
to the square.
to go. Like we go there. Oldoth is like I know Honlor and Oldoth can communicate, so Oldoth can be on standby while we figure out like the gas
Oldoth
situation.
has, like, range attacks too, so they can still like be attacking from afar.
Yeah, but like he'll be
Honlor's
seen.
just said
you know?
he doesn't want to endanger Oldoth anymore.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we need to respect that.
Yeah.
I think that it makes sense for Oldoth,
Also,
or not for Honlor to take Dolotos' dragon.
above table, like in character, I think Art would want to help Honlor. Would that be okay, or is that fucking up like our thing too much?
If you two fight the dragon and we fight Dolotos.
I would welcome your help.
Yeah, I think that would be fine.
Perhaps between the two of us, we can make
I think
swift
we
work
can-
of
Yeah,
this dragon
let's
and
do
join
that
the
then.
fight.
We
Yeah,
can
that's what I want
encourage
to
that.
do. Okay,
We
okay.
can
I wanted to ask above table because I didn't know that.
yeah.
Like, duh.
I mean, I don't want to speak for y'all.
Yeah.
I think Embers just gives a small smile and says, I really just want to fight a Jack of Spear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have a little bit of payback that we'd like to deal out to Dolotos.
Okay, great. Then Oldoth, we leave Oldoth out of danger. You and I fight side by side like the old days. And my friends,
The three of
We'll
us
take
work
on
with the knights to take out Dolotos.
Dolotos. Yeah. And if we need to revisit the strategy during, we will. We're all perfectly capable of improvising and adapting.
Excellent. And he kind of like pats the horn on his hip and says, "This may also."
Do I know what that is? Like,
No, not necessarily. It looks like a magic item of some kind.
oh, okay.
What do I know about that magic item?
Yes.
Woo!
You have seen this
Everything.
one in your father's workshop.
Oh, you.
Roll an
Yeah.
Arcana check at advantage.
Thank you.
Oh, to me? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Got you.
That should work.
Inspiration's passed to me, y'all.
That's a 20.
Forgot I used it ages ago.
I just returned
Oh,
it.
thank you.
It is a horn of Valhalla, made of brass material. I have to look this up. I know the general effect, but I want to describe it properly. It is a magic item that, according to what you remember of your father's research, has the ability to call warrior spirits from the plane of Yizgard to appear in unoccupied spaces within 60 feet and fight alongside you.
Sounds helpful.
It's funny how my father wrote it just like that too.
Yes.
Will Bonks be among them?
Oh shoot! You mean his ancestor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Bonks and his hands.
Yeah. Yeah. Vert is like. Hang on, let me think about this for a second. Yeah, Vert is pretty fixated on that horn. Let's see. How do I approach this conversation?
Yeah, in the 5 minutes that we have until we have to
I know.
run.
There's a rumble in the back of your mind.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
shit.
I'm rumbling back.
Iodon's voice creeps into your mind, and as it does, comes a sensation that had been absent, kind of noticeably in your dealings with Uldoth. There's that, like, scent of dragon blood that appeals to you, and you feel like the fangs unsheath a little bit in your mouth as Nyadon's voice creeps into your mind, and he says, "Perhaps during the fight, there might be an opportunity to relieve him of that item and reclaim it for yourself."
Perhaps. However, Anna will step up and say, I don't mean to add this already weighty conversation, but one way or the other, I do need to take that horn with me before we leave Prime.
You saying that to Honlor?
I'm saying that out loud to everybody.
Okay.
He kind of meets your eye and gives you a hard look and says,
And I hope it's with your consent.
"Vertinor, we survive. I'm happy to return your father's treasure to you."
Yeah, and he won't nod or acknowledge that, but he'll just meet Honlor's eyes and say, I'll hold you to that.
You know whose eyes you aren't meeting right now?
Oh, we're gonna meet eyes later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, with...
Does Nyadon sort of quiet from that, or are they like
He
they're over blood, right?
He kind of
Like,
rumbles away, but he doesn't feel totally
Convinced.
sated by that answer.
Can I smell the dragon blood too? With my nifty.
You smell a
scent.
lot of blood
Yeah.
in this chamber.
Yeah.
Some of it Art's,
Yeah.
some of it Honlor's.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankly,
It doesn't
not
appeal to you quite as much
super
as it does to Vert.
queasy, but yeah, all right.
With that, battle plans are drawn, and the group of you leave the citadel. Honlor on Uldoth's back. He gives the warden at the door a message to pass to all the other wardens, and that warden runs off with the message to begin to spread the word that a choice must be made, and then alights to Dragonback and flies off in the direction of the square, saying, "Next time we meet, it will be battle." And he kind of pulls Art into another one of those handshakes and says, kind of locks eyes with you and says, "It will be good to fight alongside you again, son. A true honor, regardless of the outcome of what is to come."
The honor is all mine. I'm glad I get to have this again. That we get to have this again.
I as well. And
One last insight check.
what are you looking for?
Just to make sure he's not stringing us along,
The highest deception.
planning to stab us in the back. I just want to make sure that this is genuine. That everything he's...
Roll your insight check.
I've rolled it.
Okay.
30.
You don't say.
Damn! Was that a 19?
19. I rolled a 19.
Incredible.
Let me just check his charisma score.
Just want to
I'm
make
sure he's so charismatic.
that everything...
He's got a charisma of +1.
that everything has been genuine, and that he's not just gonna turn us in and like team up with Dolitos against us now that he's
With your insight check.
Yeah.
He is a man who honor means a lot to. It took a lot to get him to make this decision, and he would not have made it for anyone but Art.
Okay.
But he's convinced, and he's in it with you.
Okay.
If you just get rid of the L in his name,
Yeah.
that makes
I know.
sense.
I know.
Yeah.
Honor's dead.
And I'll see what he
But
can
I'll
do.
do it. Yep. I was too slow.
Yeah.
Zach beat me to it.
Sorry. He hasn't even
I
gotten
haven't gotten to that part yet. I just see it on her water bottle every day.
Just you wait. It's so good.
I'm so excited.
Okay. Honlor alights on Dragonback and flies off towards the town square, leaving the group of you to follow on foot. When you arrive at the town square, citizens have gathered there. It is a kind of a flagstone courtyard area with a row of trees along the sides, and there are stone benches there as well, where people might gather to like rest and enjoy the park on any other day. But now there is a restless energy.
Aunt Hilda Salvo anywhere within sight.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Okay,
Give me just a second.
I'm just.
I know.
There is a raised stone dais with stairways on either side and one in the front rising up to it that faces the courtyard. And the figure in dark black and red armor that you recognize as Dolatos stands atop that dais with his dragon, the dragon Tyhar, who is unlike any dragon you've seen before in that he is he, she, let me double check. I think I've been saying he, but Tyhar. Yes, he. Dragon is a he. Has no scales. He is probably about as big as Uldoth, so that huge size category. The size of a small house, we'll put it that way. But he has the features, these feline features of a tiger. This orange fur with black stripes that goes down the body, and horns that come up off of the tiger's head. It is a felid dragon.
I can't picture it.
I will show you in a minute.
Okay.
Once I finish describing the scene.
Fine.
A number of draconic, but not dragons and not dragonborn figures stand at the base of the dais. And you recognize them, those of you who were in blanking on it, Fimir, recognize them as the sort of soldiers and warriors that traveled with Dolatos. They have, unlike most dragonborn who only manifest these like spectral wings, they have actual wings on their backs. The citizens have gathered and seem restless, as if they're waiting for Dolatos to say something. You see Honlor, no longer on Uldoth's back. Uldoth is nowhere to be seen. Strides into the square and goes to stand next to Dolatos and Tyhar on the platform. Kind of takes a resting stance. And the stage is set as Dolatos kind of steps forward as if to address the crowd, and a cry goes up from the center of the gathered citizens. And you recognize Audhild's voice as she throws back a hood. Dolatos! Honlor! You will pay for what you've done to this city and its people! Knights of the Scale! Attack! And all throughout the crowd, Knights of the Scale throw back their hoods in their gleaming paladin's armor, unsheathing swords and warhammers, and a number of them have these backpack devices that seem to be laden with these gas containers, and they pull a plug and gas fills the square. And that is where we will end tonight's episode. But at first, I will show you the battlefield and what everyone looks like.
The stress I feel right now.
I know.
Granted, I might change some things on here just based on the way things shook out,
Yeah, just reduce the number of enemies for us.
or increase
I'll
the number of
take it.
enemies. We'll see.
Ooh, but we're so nice and fun.
We rolled really well.
was hoping you could see this.
Doritos.
Hold on. Audhild is like... Sorry, one more thing. Is, there we go. That's what I wanted. Audhild is glowing with, like, a bright aura around her. A paladin's aura. And the other Knights of the Scale are hidden, but I'll reveal them later. But in general, yes, this is the courtyard, and you can see Dolatos and Honlor and Tyhar are up on the top podium there.
And that behind Honlor is the draconic figure that you
Hi, Honlor. Hi, Honlor.
that you mentioned that we.
There's Tyhar.
Oh shoot.
I'm like, listen. I know we gotta kill it, but like.
It's cute, right?
I just want to pet it. I was just like, but like, what do I need to roll? What do I need to roll so that we can pet and ride this dragon? It's so cute.
I do have Charm Monster.
These are the kinds of draconic
that hurt
creatures that are...
Oh, okay, I see.
Oh my gosh.
They look a little wicked.
Yeah, no, it looks sick as fuck.
I feel like we are on the right side of this battle.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's where we will pick up next week as the Knights of the Scale rise, and we find out what happens amid the clouds of Dragonsbane gas. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you to anyone who tuned in to watch. We'll be back with more of this Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time for episode 100 of Campaign 2. Let's do it. Hope to see you then. Bye.
Bye.